Purbararang would have known of it. How could Prabu Tapa Agung have chosen Purbasari, her younger sister, as the crown princess of the kingdom and heir to the throne? It's supposed to be me, father. I'm your eldest daughter, Purbararang nudged. Prabu Tapa Agung smiled wisely. Purbararang, to be a queen takes more than age. There are many other qualities that one must possess, explained Prabu Tapa Agung. Purbararang put it. What does Purbasari have that I don't? You will find out when Purbasari has replaced me, the king answered. Prabu Tapa Agung had led a very wealthy kingdom for a long time. He was getting old and therefore wanted to choose a successor. However, he found it difficult to give up the throne, for he had no son. Day and night he thought of appointing one of his daughters, but it wasn't an easy choice. They were both pretty, they were both smart. The only difference was their temperament. Purbararang was rude and dishonest, whereas Purbasari was gentle, patient, and caring. With those considerations, Prabu Tapa Agung finally chose Purbasari to be the crown princess who would succeed to the throne of his reign. Are you okay? Asked Indrajaya. Indrajaya is Purbararang's future husband. I'm upset. Father chose Purbasari as his successor, and not me. I have to do something, Purbararang said, driven mad by anger. Indrajaya just shook his head. What will you do? He asked. I'm going to ask Mbok Rondo to cast a spell on her, said Purbararang without shame. And so, Purbararang carried out her will. She came to Mbok Rondo, the witch, and asked her to send rust all over Purbasari's body. Would the spell come true? Before going to bed, Purbasari started to feel itch all over her body. She tried applying powder to the itchy areas, but to no use. Instead, the itching grew worse. She told herself not to stretch it, but she couldn't help herself. Thus, in the morning, there were scratch marks all over her Purbasari's body. What happened to you? Purbararang asked, pretending to be concerned. I don't know, sis. My body suddenly felt very itchy. I stretch and stretch, and this is what happened, Purbasari answered. Purbararang shook her head. You must have done something really awful. You've been punished by the gods, Purbasari. That day, the whole kingdom was scandalized. Purbararang intentionally spread the story to everyone in the kingdom, including Prabu Tapa Agung. What have you done, Purbasari? demanded Prabu Tapa Agung. Purbasari shook her head. I didn't do anything that would upset the gods, father, she answered. Then, how can you explain what happened to your body? Prabu Tapa Agung asked again. If you don't confess, I'll banish you to the woods. Purbasari, Purbararang said, once again pretending to be concerned. You'd better admit it, sis. What have you done? She instanced. Purbasari took a very deep breath. Honestly, I didn't do anything, and I'd rather be thrown into the woods rather than confession to a deed I didn't do, she explained later. Prabu Tapa Agung was a very decisive king. He would never reconsider his decisions. After a short discussion, he ordered Purbasari to be moved to the woods. Purbasari was extremely sad, but she could not do anything to defy her father's will. She was accompanied to the woods by a kind messenger who believed that Purbasari didn't do anything wrong. He built a simple hut on the tree for the princess. Princess, I'm I'm sure one day the truth will be relevant, he said before he left Purbasari. Thank you, said Purbasari, still sad and distressed. After the messenger left, suddenly a black monkey came to Purbasari's hut. He carried a bunch of bananas. From behind him, some animals looked on. Are the bananas for me? Purbasari asked. The black monkey nodded, as if he understood what Purbasari said. Purbasari took the bananas with pleasure. He also said thanks. The other animals that were looking on also seemed to smile. Are you willing to be my friends? Purbasari asked them. All the animals nodded happily. Although she was living by herself in the woods, Purbasari never lacked of supplies. Every day there were always animals bringing her food, roots, and fish. Every morning and afternoon, Purbasari went to the waterfall to shower, wash clothes, and get drinking water. The water was so clear and fresh that Purbasari sometimes forgot the time as she enjoyed herself so much. Sometimes, Purbasari had beautiful roses delivered to her by the monkey. The monkey seems to love Purbasari, therefore Purbasari wasn't scared to be near him. A long time had passed since Purbasari was banished to the woods, but her body still itched. She already tried playing many varieties of medicine, but the itch would not go away. At some place, her skin was even ulcerated, causing an unpleasant smell. What am I supposed to do? Purbasari sighed. The monkey who was sitting next to her stayed still. There were tears in his eyes. He felt sorry for Purbasari. Are the gods really punishing me? But what did I do wrong? Purbasari sighed again. The monkey just shook his head. He hoped Purbasari would remain patient and strong in face of everything. One night, on a full moon, the monkey took Purbasari to a valley. He pointed to a pond with hot spring water. What is the use of this pond? Purbasari asked. The monkey, who had held his silence all this time, suddenly spoke. The water of this pond will heal your skin, he said. Purbasari was taken aback. You can talk? Who are you? You'll find out in time, the monkey said. Purbasari didn't want to force the monkey. She simply walked to the pond. It smelled of sulfur and tuberose. She bathed there. After bathing for a few hours, Purbasari walked out of the pond. How shocked was she to see her body reflected on the clear pond water. Her face was beautiful again, her skin smooth and clean, just like it used to be. What miracle is this? Purbasari shook in joy and amazement. Purbasari observed her entire body. There was no trace of any skin ailments. It was even smoother and silkier than before. I'm cured! I'm cured! Purbasari exclaimed. She quickly offered thanks to the gods and also to the monkey. The news of Purbasari's healing quickly spread to the kingdom, irritating Purbararan. She decided to go to the woods and see Purbasari, accompanied by her future husband, Prince Indrajaya. Purbararan was amazed to see Purbasari's new beauty. Again, she invited Purbasari. Purbasari asked if she would be allowed to go home. Purbararan said she would let Purbasari return to the kingdom if and only if Purbasari's hair were longer than hers. Purbararan then let her hair down. and after everyone could see that her hair was so long it touched the ground. Purbasari was a bit worried when she let her own hair down, but it turned out she had nothing to fear, for her hair was indeed twice longer than Purbararang's hair after all. "Fine, so your hair is longer than mine," Purbararang strutted, "but there's still one more condition you need to fulfill. Do you have a future husband who is handsomer than mine?" she said with a slight, victorious smile. Prince Indrajaya was standing next to Purbararang giggled. Purbasari felt miserable. She didn't have any future husband yet. So, without much thought, she pulled the monkey beside her. Purbararang and Prince Indrajaya burst into roaring laughter. However, their laughter didn't last very long, as suddenly the monkey transformed himself into a very handsome young man, even handsomer than Prince Indrajaya. "I'm a princess from a kingdom overseas. I was cursed to be a monkey because a mistake I committed, but have atoned for. I could regain my true form as soon as there's a princess who would be willing to be my wife," the monkey said. Finally, Purbararang gave up. She accepted her fate and let Purbasari replace her father as queen. She also confessed everything she had done that caused Purbasari to be banished. "Please, don't punish me," Purbararang said, asking for forgiveness. Instead of being angry, Purbasari smiled. She hugged Purbararang. "I forgive you, sister," she said. On that same day, they went back to the kingdom. Soon after, Purbasari ascended the throne. Beside her was the handsome prince, the former Lutung Kasarung.